Good evening, friends. I'm Nancy Thompson with Create with Nancy, and welcome to my craft room. Come on in, say hello if you're catching me live. I usually am not live at this time. Usually it's Wednesdays and Fridays at 3 p.m., but I have a vendor event that I'm doing this weekend and won't be here for my Friday live, and it's so much easier to go live than it is to record. It's quicker. So, and I'm short on time. So if you have to be tuning in, I know it's dinner time here in central New York, but maybe you're cooking dinner and are catching it live. So come on in and say hello to me. I've never done this card before. It's, well, let me go back and say before I get started, I'm Nancy Thompson with Create with Nancy, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Skaneateles, New York, and I love sharing creativity with you. So hopefully you're inspired to go and share that inspiration with others by your own creations and just make the world a better and kinder place. So I do have somebody joining me. Hi, Shirley. I didn't post a notice or anywheres. It was just easier, just go live. And if you catch me, great. If not, the replay will be up here. So let's get started. Today we're using the Lovely Blossom Suite again. We did it on Wednesday, and we made these fabulous cards with a simple sketch of designer paper here, and then a focal point. And then we do have like an embossed layer on here. So if you missed that one, go back and check it out on Wednesday. And here's another design. Oh, I'm coughing. Hang on. Yikes. In a third design with this fabulous paper. Holy cow. Let me grab a sip here. And I'm all out of water. Okay, hopefully we get through this. Excuse me. Okay, so the Lovely Blossom Suite is in the January online exclusives. If you're a subscriber to my newsletter, there's a PDF link there if you want to download it and print it off so you can so you have it as a reference, because otherwise it's all just in the online store. There is no other print way other than the PDF that I provide for you. But it's a fabulous suite of product. We have a bundle in here, and I love the words in here, and these flowers are so easy to die cut, and some unique dies as well. Okay, and then we're also using the Prayers and Promise stamp set that's in our mini catalog, the January through April mini catalog, and this one's fabulous as well. And then here is this paper. So let's just take a quick peek. There are 4 designs, and you get 3 of each of the 4 designs. We've got those, and then I think there's 4. 1, 2, 3, yeah. So there's 3, and then here's the 4th right there. Okay, so hopefully you caught all of them. I kind of went through them really fast. So check that out. Okay. And let's check out this point card that I have for you today. I saw this and I didn't write down who the demonstrator was, or the person. So here's this point card, and it looks kind of hard and complicated. Okay, and look at that. I kind of changed it up from what she had done. So I added designer paper here, and I matted my inside layer right there. So I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to cut this and how to cut our designer paper as well. Let me move these stamps out of the way before they fall off the back of my desk. Okay, we're simply going to start with a 8.5 by 5.5 piece of cardstock, okay? And we are going to simply score it. I think this is going to be a great card for me to do with my team and my club members. So we're going to score it at 4 1/4. Then next, because we have to make this V in here, okay? Can you see the V? We have to cut that out, and it's so simple to do this. All you need to do, we don't even need to do a pencil mark or anything. We're gonna put this corner up here and down below, okay, the upper right and lower left, we're going to put the points in the ditch, okay? So just take your time, line it up, hold on to it while you get the guide in place. I want, let me see here now that I kind of got distracted. There we go. We're going to start on the edge of the Stampin' Up! Trimmer. There's a line here. We're going to just kind of, you don't want to start at the point. You want to start somewheres. We're going to take our blade with that point and we're going to just bring it up to the score line, okay? And then finish cutting it, okay? You can see it doesn't quite go all the way up to the fold, but we can take some scissors afterwards and we're gonna cut it, okay? Because you don't wanna go past the fold, all right? So we're gonna do the opposite corners, okay? Corner to corner, put your points in the ditch, in the cutting track there. I call it the ditch. And I'm gonna take the trimmer, the blade, up to the top again where the score line is, just approximately, and cut that. So this is what we have. We have almost a triangle, and then we've got 2 half triangles. We're gonna just set, well, I guess we can trim it now. So all you simply do is take your scissors and snip up to the score line on both sides, okay? There we go. All right, and then this is what's going to, this is going to kind of go on the inside to create that flap. Isn't that so cool? So we have to also cut a layer of cardstock white here, as you can see for that, and that's really easy as well to do. So we're starting with a 4 inches by 5 1/4 piece of cardstock. So half of 5 1/4 is 2 5/8, okay? So this time we're gonna go along the long side. We're gonna put it at 2 5/8, and I'm gonna take my scoring blade, okay? And I'm just gonna kind of just go in just a little bit so I just can see the indentation of a score mark. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's nighttime here, so let's see. I don't know if you can see that. You can't. But there's just a little indentation of the score mark. That's going to be our cutting point, okay, to create our triangle. So if you can see that, you're going to put just where the embossed, the scored pieces. We're going to line up the end of the scoring because that's our halfway mark. And we can just kind of go down here from point to point. This is going to be scrap, okay? I haven't found why I need to use that. And then we're going to switch it over and we're going to go from that point down to this point again, okay? To create our triangle. We're going to start in the middle this time. There we go. And this one is scrap. So there's only one way for this triangle to go, for it to fit, okay? Because this one is 5 1/4 long, and these are not. They're like 4 3/4 or something. Let's grab this. See how that's going to fit right across? Your points actually fit perfectly to the edge to here and here. And I'm going to give you some tips on how we're going to stamp the inside of this, okay? Okay. Well, before we do that, you know what we're going to do? I found it's best. We're going to just take just a little dab of liquid glue. I found it hard. This kept slipping on me, and we're going to just use a little bit of liquid glue to act as a glue dot, okay? We're going to set that aside while we cut our designer paper, okay? Let's see. So I've got 2 pieces of my focal point design, okay? Do these line up? Okay. I started with a 4-inch high piece of designer paper, and let me just move this. And actually you could do 5 by 4 inch because it's directional. We want our pattern going portrait, okay? And these line up perfectly, okay? On the inside of the card, I want my design to line up with, this is going to be the seam in here. And I just want to make sure that my triangles line up. I guess I kind of did that opposite. I don't know, what was I doing, Nancy? Okay, we're good. So we know this is going to be our point, okay? So, and we want this pattern on this corner. So we're going to cut this one from the upper left down to the lower right. A couple of them I had to cut a couple of times because I wasn't paying attention. Okay, so upper right to lower left. We're going to go corner to corner. Okay. And I already know that's going to be on my inside. This is going to be my front piece. Now this one, we want upper left to lower right. Okay. Hopefully this will all make sense. If you, the first time you're making it, you might want to choose an overall pattern of paper. There we go. And this is going to go here. And these two will perfectly line up. The pattern lines up, okay, for the center of that point, which you cannot see. Okay, these are going to line up perfectly for the center. And that looks like you won't even notice the designer paper seam. Okay. All right, we've got two more to do here. And these are just a generic pattern and it's not going to really matter. So we're going to go, let's see, upper left to lower right, but you do want to do one of each, okay? So we've done that. Now we want to go upper left to lower right on this one. And start in the center of your paper, approximately. Okay, so there's those two. Okay, so let's, I think we've got all our cutting done. So now we can assemble this card, okay? So let's put our triangle on first, okay? So what have I done? We are going to, the reason I did the little bit of adhesive there is just in case I flub up and want to stamp the back side or whichever. So I'm going to just put this into place just below the fold, okay? And this is a good time to like use a block. I have another block here. Okay, and we're going to use the Prayers and Promises stamp set. We're going to use some Secret Sea ink. Shirley, let me know if I'm going too fast, all right? Or if you have questions, because it's not really that hard to do. I'm going to kind of stamp up to the top, okay? So I have room for my flower down here, okay? All right, so we've got that done. Now we can take this off, all right? And last card I did, I forgot to take this off and add some more glue. And I wondered why it was moving around on me. So don't forget to take it back off and add some more adhesive, okay? And this will just center on here really nicely. Well, let's see. Just go over just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Now, how do we glue this on? Because we have all of these angles going, okay? So what we're going to do is we're just going to butt this up, center it. Just butt it up to just below the fold, okay? Don't go past the crease mark there. Just so it kind of sits up to the fold, all right? And we're going to use our blocks again. At least that one. I think we'll start with the left side, okay? I simply just took one of my triangles here. We can get rid of that one. And because we're going to glue this side. And I just kind of put it up there, all right? So when this opens up, I know I just need to put glue in this area right here. Okay? So that's all you have to do. Just add some adhesive in this area right here, and you don't have to worry about going outside the glue line. All right, there we go. We'll remove that. Give that a minute to adhere. Then we're going to do the same thing over here. See, look at that. It's perfectly glued down in place. Okay, so let's close this. We're going to make our angle again, our glue line. Open that up and add our adhesive. Don't get too close to your paper because you really don't want to get glue on that. Okay, there we go. Now we're ready to decorate. Almost, getting close. Okay, see how that works? It's a fun and easy point card. So now we're gonna decorate. Okay, so let's do our front flap. This is gonna go in the corner. You really want kind of like a, you know, oh, is my glue gonna get clogged up here? Here we go. I think this happened to me on Wednesday too. Let's try this other one. I have two on my desk. There we go. So don't forget about if you need to place an order, free shipping is happening. I couldn't believe it. So today and tomorrow, it was only for 3 days. Yesterday was the first day and it ends tomorrow. So if there's something you need, think of paper, think of the in-color refills, think of just adhesives, any of the, you know, anything out of the mini catalog, and in colors, the in colors that are going to retire, the petunia pop, the yeah, what are the colors? The shy shamrock. So make sure you have, you know, the colors and the refills. The refills are really, really important. Okay, how's this looking? Isn't this looking fabulous? All right, I took and I stamped. Let's see, we're going to use Old Olive there, and I stamped it directly. I like the tone on tone. White, just stamping the ink on white. I don't know, maybe it's just way too much white. Plus, we have a lot of white right there. So I wanted something that's going to stand out a little bit. Okay, I think that's going to look okay, just like that. So what do I want to do? I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back side. So let's grab some dimensionals here and put some dimensionals on the back of our flower, staying within, because I think a little bit was hanging off. So I'm kind of staying in, you know, in a ways with the dimensionals, so I don't have to worry about any of them overlapping, going, you know, where it's going to go past the point. So I'm going to just pick up my floral or my leaves, and we're going to add some adhesive on here because that's going to stick down, I think. Oh, I might have done too much there. Let's get rid of some ink. Hopefully I did okay. Let's look at this. All right. I'll kind of rub at that after it dries a little bit more. Okay, isn't that pretty? I love it. Okay, let's do the inside of this. We are, let me think here. Okay, so those are my two for that, and that, and this. Okay. So we have a piece of basic white that's 4 inches by 5 1/4. And we're going to take 2 of our triangles here. And I'm going to put them down in the corner. They're just going to butt right up to the edge of this basic white. Okay. Because this is 4 inches tall, and they're both 4 inches tall. And this will cover up the V. You know, that V is going to just line up nicely with the white cardstock. Okay, let's add adhesive to this one. So, Shirley, does this look complicated to you? Or kind of difficult. You thinking you just kind of take it step by step. It, so I figured it out on my first try. All right, so we've got our V going here. We're going to layer it onto some secret C. Okay, and then I'm going to put this inside. Let's do this. Just center it. There's only going to be a hint of cardstock going because the secret C is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay, so when we close this should pretty much cover up. I'm always off just a hair. I don't know why. So you know, the goal is to get your V going the right way. Maybe I have the V upside down. I don't know. Okay, so either way. So I want these to kind of go in the middle here, all right? So I'm just kind of putting them together as to where I think they're gonna sit in my point, okay? And then I'm gonna take my other, let's get these lined up again. Okay, I don't think so, but I don't like doing triangles. Well, doing the point to point isn't bad, I don't think. Okay, so I've got those going. Let's look for my block again, see if that helps. And this is gonna lay here, okay? Because you wanna make sure you've got this lined up as well. And I like these two, all these to be kind of in sync with each other. So I think those look great. So I'm going to just move it over here and I'm going to adhere this one first since it's just going to butt up to the edge of that. Okay, we're going to do the, I mean, you could do the reverse if you wanted to, but I kind of like having, there we go. Now I can go over here and do this other one. You just have to get one started, okay? I know there's quite a bit of difference in the border length there. I don't know why. It's just on how it gets cut. Okay, this is gonna butt up here. The pattern's gonna line up very nicely. Okay, and now we can do this. Here we go. Here we go. See how nice this is all coming together? And you're using up these triangles and you're not just kind of like throwing them in your stash. So I love this. Okay, let's just do this. There we go. Look at that. Sweet, isn't it? We're almost done. So we have about 22 inches of ribbon, and make sure your ribbon does not twist. I have done that a few times on my samples today. Okay, so 22 inches of ribbon. Let's tie a knot here. I'm going to just peek inside. Okay, looks good. It's not twisted. I got glue on my fingers. Hang on. Try to rub it off because it's going to stick to the ribbon. Okay, we're going to tie a bow. I think a bow looks pretty on this. And wait till you see what I did with the cute as a... It's not cute as a bug, is it? Yes. I have more samples to share with you. Yes, I did cute as a bug and another one. Okay. So just play with your bow. If you want to, you can take a mini glue dot, okay, and just kind of hold that and stick it underneath the knot on your bow. Stick it underneath. You might want to like roll the glue dot a little bit and just kind of stick it there so it stays in place. Okay, after you're sure you got your bow situated, and I'm gonna to make my tails longer than I normally do. Here, oops, I cut that off like square. Hang on. Here we go. I didn't make this one very long. Cut it too short. Here. Just cut this one more time. Okay, there we go. Now let's just simply add some bling to this. And I had a hard time figuring out how to add bling to this. So, I think what I'm gonna do is simply, we're gonna just add two. We're gonna just put them right here in like the creases here. Right there, right in the points, okay? There we go. I think that's it right there. So let's look at the other samples. Let me just close up my glue here because, all right, what did I do with my other? Here we go. Close up the ink pad so we're sure not to, oh, I forgot to stamp the inside. Here we go. Keeping you, I think this makes a sweet sympathy card. Okay, there we go. Isn't that just beautiful right there? Okay, let's look at what else I have in store for you. So we have this pink design, petal pink right here. So I used the petal pink flower, and I actually die cutted some of the leaves out of the cloud cover and then stamped the Secret C on cloud cover there. And there's the inside right there. Okay, and what is this called? You just have to look. Of course, I don't have my thing labeled. It's paper that's going to be in the Homemade Sweetness. I should know that. It's going to be out in the March online exclusives. So let's look at this one right here. Isn't this sweet with all the little jams in there? And we've got the floral inside and everything. You've still got lots of room to write. And this, I used the in color ribbon here of the Secret C. And then look at this one with Cute as a Bug. I think this looks so picnicky, you know, and then the raspberry bushes there and the black raspberry, whatever you want. And just fun fussy cutting some of the images out of the paper. It looks just like, you know, great summary card to give to somebody. So let me know in your comments which ones you like. Do you love the lovely blossoms or the Homemade Sweetness or Cute as a Bug? So, okay, everyone. So don't forget, online exclusives are, there's lots to check there. Last chance list if you're doing some shopping to take advantage of free shipping. Oh, look at my hair there. So that there's still the join special when you join now and grab the starter kit. You get the Stampin' Positioner added to your starter kit and free shipping as well. So you could order to go join and then place a second order and grab even more free shipping items because you can only choose $125 in your kit for $99. And I think that's about it. So I will see you next Wednesday for some more Creative Ink. We will have another fun and easy card to share with. And oh, and don't forget to go to Amazon and check out my card sketch journal as well. Okay, we use that on Wednesday with Wednesday sketch cards. So okay, thanks for joining me. If you're watching the replay, give me a thumbs up, heart, share the video as well. Watch it all the way to the end. Trying to boost my hours on my channel. Okay, and definitely share. All right, I'm close to 1,000 subscribers. So trying to reach that goal of 1,000. We're close, less than, I think, 20 more to go. So that's always great. So definitely share with others, and we will see you next Wednesday for some more creative ink. Thanks so much for tuning in.